Hey, this is Kina Knisley, and I am in Honolulu, Hawaii. Today, I am lucky enough, I guess I should have asked how to pronounce your name, Andrew Neighbors. Your last name is Neighbors?
Sinto muito, me perdoe, eu te amo, sou grato. Sinto muito, me perdoe, eu te amo, sou grato.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that is like an awesome last name for being a realtor. Oh my goodness. I hope you use that.
I do. I have a few taglines.
Yes. So, anyways, he is with us from Seattle, which is rainy like it is here today. But I'm going to tell you,
Snowing.
you're snowing.
It's
They
snowing.
never get snow there.
Very rarely, but
So,
getting snow.
wow. So, we are having a storm. It's raining. And as I was telling you earlier, the government offices and the schools and my office have shut down for the day because it's raining. Now, it is a heavy rain, but Hawaii just isn't used to the rain. And what does Seattle do with snow? I don't even remember
If
ever
it
getting
sticks,
snow.
if it sticks and it freezes, people just abandon their cars in place. Buses are abandoned. The city shuts down.
That is just,
And
oh
then
my goodness.
in the morning it thaws and people get back to their cars. People go back to the buses.
That,
Um, it's
yeah.
not going to freeze tonight, but I mean, in years past, that's what happens.
Yeah. I don't think I grew up in Ocean Shores. We've talked about that. So that's what, 3 hours from you.
Something like
I
that.
think I saw snow one time as a child.
Yeah.
It snowed one time because you're so close to the ocean. It just doesn't normally happen.
Right.
Um, but yeah, other than going, as I grew up, of course, we would go to, is it Paradise? What's the mountain there? There's Mount Rainier we'd hike, and then there's this
Sure.
ski place that I skied at once. I wasn't very good at it.
Starts with an E.
Starts with a P. Is it Paradise? I don't know. Maybe Crystal Mountain. I
Crystal.
don't- Yeah,
Um,
I went skiing somewhere. I'm going to tell you, I was so bad at skiing, I skied off a cliff and ended up
yeah,
um,
that's not
crushing
the
a
activity for
vertebrae.
me. Oh
And
my God.
well, that was in eighth grade. No, I went back to skiing. I ski now. I've just learned that the orange tape means something. But when you're in eighth
Yeah.
grade and you don't have a frontal lobe, I didn't know what the orange tape meant.
Oh my
So
gosh.
like when your frontal lobe is not quite developed, that orange safety wrap, it doesn't mean anything as it does as an adult, because you remember um,
That's wild.
falling hurts. You don't
Yes.
fall. That's goal number one when you're skiing. Don't fall.
Yep.
So, but so now you in Seattle, like right downtown, or do you work the outskirts?
I
Or
live in Northeast Seattle. My office is in Capitol Hill, which is downtown.
oh, okay.
But I
So
mean, I service the greater Puget Sound area. I go to where my
yeah.
clients need me.
Yeah. So I have been lucky enough to go to the Bellevue office for a class. There was a training there. There was some program it was kind of like a BNI that they were trying to restart within KW.
Hmm.
I don't even, and of course, I'm a shiny object chaser. I'll admit it. I chase them. Not so much now as I'm getting a little older and in real estate a little longer. I don't chase them quite as much, but I chase that shiny object, and the training was at the Bellevue office, which was quite bougie. So,
The
but
KW Bellevue.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was fancy. They had like a little diner. It was very fancy. But now, so you'll go like how far will you go to Tacoma? I'm not sure
Yes.
if some people understand Seattle, like the next biggest city is Tacoma.
Tacoma's about 45 minutes south, a little bit longer with
So, and
traffic.
yeah, it seems like I was there about 5 years ago. It seems like it's all kind of grown together now. Tacoma, Puyallup, Fife, all those have kind of grown in. Now it's just one
I would
big
agree with that.
blob.
Yep, I
Yeah,
would agree with that.
there was a definite when I lived there, because it's been 27 years, there was a definite distinction. And now I felt like, and then I was impressed that the on the Indian reservations, they've built those casinos right along
Oh yeah,
I-5,
right
which
along I-5. Yep.
yeah,
I think it's
which
the Emerald Queen Casinos right there.
yeah, I love it. And we actually stayed because I grew up in Ocean Shores, and we stayed at the casino down there. And that was when I was growing up. So none of that was there. So after
Been a
the,
ton of development in the region.
yeah.
Yeah.
So are they building the housing to go along with all of the big,
There's been this massive density push. A lot of rezoning.
yeah.
They're all about density.
Yeah. Are you see here? We have to build up. We don't have any land to go out. It's an island. You hit
Yep.
water.
Yep.
Now it's just up. They're tearing down, like down at the bottom of our hill, they tore down all the two-story walk-ups,
Hmm.
which sadly were affordable. They
Hmm.
were affordable homes. They weren't affordable by the laws of Hawaii, but people could afford them.
Hmm.
But they tore them all down and now they're building a couple high rises. And affordable here is 680,000. That's considered affordable, but that's not truly affordable. That's still quite the payment that so I don't know. I'm torn. But now what about
Seattle's
well,
not on a traditional grid either, right? We're separated by water, hills. So all the little neighborhoods are pretty unique,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And so yeah, we can't really keep expanding out, right? Because we're geographically kind of restricted.
yeah. You're gonna run into the bay or the sound or
Right. So now they're just
so
about density.
yeah. And then I do love what's the town Redmond where Microsoft came in. When we were
Yep.
there, we stayed at had a big waterfall. What's that town? Little resort hotel with a waterfall. You could do a little hike. I cannot not believe I cannot remember. Uh
Snoqualmie?
yes, yes. And I could not believe how much development was between Redmond and Snoqualmie now because
Yep.
you have all the Microsoft,
Yep.
right? People coming in and buying
A lot
homes.
of tech. Yep.
Yeah, which is really good for the region. I mean, it's good. And then I know they're building out. I went to high school in Mo Clips, was where our
Okay.
high school was. Ended up graduating from Aberdeen. I moved during high school, but to a different high school. But they've built those homes between Copalis and Mo Clips. Sea Bridge, Sea.
Sebring?
Yes, all those houses, $1 million. And my husband was like, "Oh, we should get one and we can use it as an Airbnb and then you can come home." And I was like, "No, I could not bring myself to pay $1 million for a home between Capelas and Moclips because in my mind it will always be Capelas and Moclips."
There you go.
I'm like, I don't care what you do to it, it's always going to be. There's not even a grocery store in Capelas
Mm.
anymore. There used to
Yeah,
be
I'm not
Johnston.
super familiar with that area.
Yeah, but I know a lot of the tech people are buying there because that's I have friends who I graduated from high school and they're all in the Seattle Bellevue area. But they always go there for vacation, for their staycations. And I'm like,
Yeah.
It's Monclips.
sorry, Mo Clips, I'm not dissing you. Okay, I'm a little bit. So, but so now what's the average price point in Seattle now?
Oh gosh, I think it's right around 850 is median.
Yeah. Yeah. And people have to understand median doesn't mean that just means the number in the middle, not your average.
Yeah. You're not getting a ton for
Mm-mm.
850.
Here you're getting 1,000 square foot, little tiny 3,000 square foot lot
Yeah.
for 850. Our
Mhm.
home we initially bought, we paid 478, 1,500 square feet, 3,600 square foot lot. I could hold hands with my neighbor next door through our windows if I wanted to. I didn't. It was weird. Now we paid 478. We sold it 5 years later for 620. Now they're 850. It's just so I assume it's the same in Seattle because you guys
Yeah.
are along the
I mean, the
same
farther
price.
you get out, right, the
Yeah,
more bang for your buck you get. Um, but again, being geographically restricted, there's not too many different ways to get someplace,
no,
right?
high
There's kind of
five.
a couple. Yeah, I-5, 99, right?
Yeah,
East-west is 90 and 520. So, if you've got to commute, um, yeah,
it's
yeah.
I
And
was
they're
at
also
your
doing the revive the five, which is the
oh,
I-5 bridge. So they've got express lanes going one way. No, they're doing northbound right now. They're going to shut it down when the World Cup is here.
they're
Um,
gonna shut the bridge down. Why the world they just
shut
think
down the
everybody.
construction.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
Yeah,
what?
yeah, they're going to shut down the construction for when the World Cup's here. And then I believe that's a year and a half, and then they're going to start on southbound. So
Wow.
right now, like northbound is very restricted. But they have the express lanes, right, going northbound, whichever anybody can use.
Yeah.
So
So
that definitely helps, but you got to make sure you're getting on an
you're
exit or
meeting.
getting on an on-ramp that allows you to get on
Yeah.
the express lanes downtown, right?
So now will you go down to Olympia or is that a little too
Way
far?
too far. No,
Okay.
it's just not a good use of my time. I
Yeah.
can't I can't provide a high level of service
No,
doing that
no.
commute. Like
So
sometimes buyers need to go see a home like right away.
yeah, and you can't make it there right
I,
away.
I can't do that, right?
No.
So thereby I can't provide that high level of service.
Yeah. And then you have to, like at the Seattle there with Ivers and all of that, you got to take the ferry across to hit all those home, what Port Townsend, Bremerton. Is Gig
Yeah.
Harbor on what side's Gig Harbor on? That side of the water, right?
Gig Harbor is across the Tacoma Narrows
Yeah.
Bridge.
Yeah. So yeah, so I know we are lucky because it's an island, right? It's
Hmm.
35 by 45.
Hmm.
I'll drive till I hit water. Um, and I'll do the whole area, but I always wonder I've never done real estate on the mainland. So I always wonder, where do you pick your stopping point? Is it just by time or
I think it's by price point.
so yeah, you'll stay in you do have a little higher price points. I think maybe,
Yep.
I don't know, how is Tacoma? Are their prices shooting up too, or
Not shooting up. The whole
yeah.
nothing's really shooting up.
So,
But we are restricted. There's not a ton of inventory.
yeah, us
Right.
either. They all want to, they have the great interest rate and they don't want to let it go. Or I
Right.
hear it's just not a good time to sell. Everyone says it's not a good time to sell. Well, it really is because your neighbor thinks it's not. And so you're, better off putting it on because your neighbor's not going to.
Right.
Uh, but getting them to understand that, and then then these dang interest rates. I just got my weekly email from a lender, and it said the only good thing about the weekends is the rates can't go up because of the weather's supposed to be bad all weekend. So he was trying to
Yeah.
find the shiny point in our weekend will be it's the weekend and the rates can't increase anymore because yeah, I don't know.
So how
Uh,
long has it been since it's been like really competitive in your market?
So I will tell you 24 was my best year ever, but it wasn't a great year because the rates were going up. So I did 38 million in 24. Now 22 of course was just crazy. Everybody and their brother was buying.
Right.
What is happening now, because it was 22, so you have 23, 24, 25, um is our soldiers who bought in 22 were coming in over asking, and now here 25 in the beginning of 26, it's time for them to sell, right? And they can't hit the mark in which they paid. So I, unfortunately, not soldiers I sold to, I had 18 soldiers keep their homes to cash flow because I
Yeah.
knew, I mean, you can't pay, we appreciate 3 to 4% a year. So over 3 years, you're looking at a 12%, possibly not guaranteed. I don't have a crystal ball, can't sue me. A 12% appreciation rate, right? Maybe over 3 years. Other agents were letting soldiers come in and pay 20 to 25% over list price. I
Mhm.
wouldn't let any of my soldiers go over 10% of the list price because I couldn't guarantee that they would appreciate, right? Your
Yeah.
greatest appreciation may be 12%.
Right.
How can I have you pay 20% over if I know you can't sell it? And at least break even. And
But I mean, if that's their plan.
yeah, it's hard for them to keep it, like, especially now at the interest rates. Our rents don't meet what the payments are, right? The
Yep.
payment's here, but the rent is here, so they're not cash flowing. Now, 18 of my shoulders who did buy in 22, because I wouldn't let them go more than 10% over list price with their offer. It took a few offers. I think the most I wrote was 11. Um, but they got in, and then I think I went on 6 listing appointments, but every single one of them would cash flow. So
Mhm.
I just got to where I'd call them and just go, what's your payment? Okay, you can get this much in rent. And they're cash flowing between 400 and 700 a month. So
Mhm.
then it's just, do you want to keep it? Because if you want to keep it, I'm not going to come and do a listing appointment. I'm going to connect you with our property manager.
Mhm.
If you want to sell it, I'll come and do the song and dance.
Yeah.
Um, but most of them, they're like, I can keep it. So I love to see my soldiers build wealth.
Yeah.
So, and it hurt. There's a lot of listings I didn't get where I could have been a little
Oh, but you're providing so much value.
stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's karma. It's going to come back and get me, and it's
Yeah.
going to be good because
All my clients that bought at like 3%, sub 3%,
yeah.
they, they come back and be like, okay, we think we want to be closer to work. We want to move. Any way you could figure out how to hold on to that property,
Yeah. And just
because it's just, you're not going to see sub 3%. I mean,
never.
something just like, yeah, I can't even think, well, what would need to happen to hit
Yeah.
those rates again?
Well, a pandemic, but I don't even think that was a good idea. I think it was a mistake. And
Oh,
now,
just flooding the market with cash.
yeah. And now, I mean, I have a few listings that other people sold them that were having to short sell a VA buyer, which is terrible because
Yeah.
they, it doesn't, it's not as bad as a foreclosure, but it does impact them for a couple of years, right?
Mhm.
Now, do you do a lot of VA in your area? You're kind of
I've
pretty
done
far
I've
from the
done
base.
I've done one VA. Mostly conventional.
Yeah.
Uh,
Now, what about FHA? Is there even anything in the FHA price range? Like our cap is $869 for
outside, but I'm not. I want my buyers, like, chances are it's going to be competitive, right?
yeah.
Or I want the ability to at least be competitive if if we have to be. So I mean, I want my clients working with my preferred lender. I always, because it's like he's going to pre-underwrite them. He's not just going to, put them through some underwriting software, right? So then now I'm confident we can waive their financing.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah, then I'm doing comprehensive CMAs to figure out what it's likely to appraise at, and then working backwards if it doesn't appraise, right? And we've got escalators. I mean, it can,
You're back to escalation clauses?
yeah,
Or,
we have escalation clauses. Absolutely.
oh, wow, we're not there yet. We're not.
Okay.
We are at on some. I had a 1725 that came on and we had multiple offers. No escalation
At the
clauses.
higher price points, you're still seeing escalators.
Yeah, we're not there yet. But I mean, that was a 1735 and that was house with a swimming pool.
Hmm.
But we did get 19 groups through, which tells me there's people out there. We closed with cash. People came in with a cash offer. So it tells me there's still people out there with money. I
Oh
just
yeah.
have a lot of condos right now, and those were
The condo
struggling.
market here is,
Us too. It's the fees and the
oh yeah.
unknown.
And there's no
And
amenities. The
yeah,
building's like 40 years old, 50 years old. There's no amenities, and they want like $1,100
I
in HOA
know.
fees. It's like, no.
It's it's crazy. So I seems to be all I do have a couple single families coming. Thank goodness. Right now it's all condos, but because that's what people are wanting to get rid of, even
Yeah.
with the low interest rate.
Yeah.
So, but what do you want people to know about your area? What's fun to do there?
Oh gosh. I mean, it is an outdoor playground. Summertime is paradise. I absolutely love it here. I've been here for 20 years, originally from just outside Detroit, Michigan. We
Oh,
go back every year. My family's back there. So it's me, my wife, and our daughter Vivian here. What we like to do a lot is it's a very bike friendly city. So I've got a fleet of e-bikes that are branded
oh,
branded with my business. So I could write them off on my taxes, but I take clients around. We're always on the e-bikes. We're right by the Burke Gilman Trail, which is one of those rails to trails conversions, right? So that will take us, it'll connect with a bunch of other trails. So we get all around the city. We can go to West Seattle. So we just go on big bike rides in the summertime. Well,
that is amazing. I love the idea that you branded them to yourself. That,
yeah,
oh my
and they're very
goodness.
like unique. They're very unique e-bikes. Like, I mean, I haven't seen any other the same model in Seattle. Um, and so that I put JBL speakers on each one. I've got, cup holders for roadies. I've got mesh communication systems for everyone, so we can all. There's no yelling. We can all communicate, right, while we're riding. Um,
Wow.
the first the kind of the flagship one, the first one I bought a sidecar from Denmark, and then I bought the e-bike from Texas, and I just kind of went to Ace Hardware and made them work. So my daughter's in the sidecar, right? I'm in the e-bike. And then I ended up buying, well, I justified it to my wife. I call them buddy bikes. I was like, well, we need some buddy bikes, right? Because we were
Yeah,
like, people are coming
you don't
over.
want to ride alone.
No, right? So yeah, the fleet has definitely expanded.
That is amazing. I
Yeah,
love that
we could
idea.
take it to the beach. I bought a trailer for one of them last year. So we put all like the beach chairs in there. There's breweries along the way. There's restaurants. We'll go around like South Lake Union to see all the boats. Um, it's just a really, really good time. And it's a great way to see the city.
Wow, that is amazing. I love that. All right. Well, thank you so much. I love learning about you and your area. And this has been Real Talk about real estate. And thank you so much. And I will see you on the next one.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity.
Sinto muito, me perdoe, eu te amo, sou grato. Sinto muito, me perdoe, eu te amo, sou grato.